Okay, we can start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very soon, everybody. We are very fortunate today. We have a very interesting talk. As you know, there are many ways to get healthy. Some of us run, some of us do marathon, some of us cycle, some of us sleep, some of us also dieting. One of the method of getting healthy is to be involved in martial arts. Yeah? Of course, there are a lot of martial arts. Yeah? In Malaysia, there are silat and a lot of things. Today, we are very, very fortunate with us. Today is the CEO of Aikido from our university itself, Sensei Suzalie bin Mohamad, fourth-dan Aikido master. Don't play. And this talk is going to be given by our Dr. Sharjee, who is also the student of Aikido. As you all know, Aikido derives from Japanese words. I means joining, or you will find Ki means spirit or energy, so the do is the way. So it's actually a way of combining forces. Yeah. So without further ado, Dr. Sharjee, please give your.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. I am very grateful for all the professor, associate professor and team colleagues to be here. And my special thanks to my sensei, Mr. Suzalie Mohamad, who could make it out of his busy schedule. Today, as Datuk said, that we will be, my rationale or thought is that how we can convert our fitness into our lifestyle. There are some other ways also, but I preferred Aikido, and let's see why we have to do, why I chose it. Aikido, it is a way of living. It is not only exercise, it is not martial arts. We can live in an Aikido way. This is how we will look into a very short presentation. What is fitness? How it can be translated into Aikido, and how we can adopt Aikido into our daily life. There are so many parameters of fitness. I chose few of them because they are the major one, and some of them are extension of those parameters. Number one, body composition. Most of the time we are very much worried about fat content, belly, hip to waist ratio, all these things, and being medical doctor we are very well aware of that. So this is a major component of fitness, that how do we keep these muscle, essential fat, bone and bone density in proper ratio and proportion. Then comes endurance. For that we have big champions with us. They keep on running, they keep on jogging. For Sensei Suzalie, this is our colleague Sandy James. And just yesterday she finished 100 kilometers. And our deputy dean, Prof. Helen, she is also in the kind of sport, 140, like 42 kilometers just walking for her. Flexibility. Of course, this is not Aikido. This is Kung Fu, but you can see what are the extent to which our body can flexible.
Is from here also?
No, I think this is the Chinese temple. Shaolin, yeah. Only those people have this capacity.
I don't feel like this in my childhood.
Sorry?
I don't feel like this in my childhood.
You join us, after 6 months you'll be sitting here like this.
No, you can say, this is how I was in the previous office.
Strength. We all know what is strength. We do bodybuilding, we have been doing something. But instead of that, I just took a quote that strength does not lie in carrying heavy loads. It's not bodybuilding. It's strength. Camels can do that. Donkeys can do that. But the original strength lies in controlling your anger. That is the insight. How much good you are controlling your anger. That is also a very big strength. Speed, a very big component of fitness. I don't know what happened with this guy. I think yesterday
You know?
yeah, 2 days ago, he lost it.
He couldn't imagine.
Yes.
Relay also.
At the 11th hour, I think he suffered cramps and he fell down. So you can imagine a person like this, he can suffer injuries. Speeding, there are so many concerns nowadays. Those people who do jogging, fast running, nowadays they are suffering from MIs. They are dying at the finish line. So many cases.
And very young also.
Young also. So, what is Aikido? As you know, we are right now in mystical East. There are so many mysteries, like so many other martial arts, mainly in Aikido. What we are being taught that you are not supposed to fight, avoid. And if we look in this theory, it is regarding harmony, energy, and way. That is Aikido. This was the founder. He started this martial art, Morihei Ueshiba, in 1930s. Since he was a grandmaster, he was the inventor or innovator. That is why he is known as Sensei, the great teacher. And you can see, neither he is bodybuilder, nor he looks very tall. How it works? For every sport, we have to lie down some basic principle from which we tend not to deviate. Number one, true victory is victory over oneself. If we go into a street fight, we come up with, he hit me with 2 punches, I stabbed him with a knife. Is that a victory? No. In fact, you lost it. I heard in one of the movie, I heard the dialogue, and it was a very nice dialogue. That person says, when you kill a person with a bullet, it's not 1% die, it's 2% dies. The one who got killed, the killer also. He also loses all of his compassion. So if you can control yourself, then it is victory on your own self. Principle of oneness. How much you are aware of your own self, own mental capacity, own physical capacity. You will find so many people, thin and lean, they are doing so many wonders. For example, we have Stephen Hawking. Apparently, if you look that kind of person in natural life, he is unable to do anything. But he is a prodigy of Einstein. That is his own awareness, his own mental capacity. Principle of circular motion. What makes Aikido different from other sports? It goes in circular. That is, I will explain that is how the key works, how it vibrates. Because in other sports, they are more angular and more into linear movement. For example, punching, going for the angle. But in Aikido, we keep on circling. You might have seen those who have been to Turkey, they have also those whirling dervish. They keep on circling. Range of effectiveness. Now, range of effectiveness means, again, the first thing, do not get into the fight. Stay away from the fight. But unfortunately, if you are engaged, so you have to be at 2 ranges, either on the side or you get into his own motion so that you can stop his stance or his execution. Principle of Ki. Ki has so many names. Ki is chakra, Ki is ki, Ki is spiritual power, Ki is your one ownness. We'll explain how does Ki works. Now, if we translate, I will connect with these example with the fitness one. Body composition and Aikido. We know, being a doctor, the start of all major diseases is with the disturbance in our homeostasis, circulation. When we do Aikido, we do different kind of breathing exercises. What it does? Detoxify. Opens your end arterioles. What happens, we know, the major problem in our vessel, whether atherosclerosis, whether it is COPD, the problem lies at the end point. This is one exercise in which we just raise hand and exhale with a shouting. Ha! Now you see, inhale, hold your breath and exhale. When we exhale, and we have to exhale till the last, even crossing the last breath, what it does, it increases your expiratory volume. Whatever leftover air is there, which we cannot breathe out in our regular routine, that exhales everything. Again, if you have good oxygenation, you have good blood circulation. It will also, since it is more into detoxification, it will also clean your lymph nodes. Endurance. Keep on working, building on stamina. Muscle involvement. I could not find, I'll show you the picture. Just imagine, we sit like that, and on our knees, we have to walk. Yeah, I have. Oh. So, just to, yeah. So, if you see, just how many muscles it is involving, right from your ankle up till abdomen. One, muscle involvement. Second, you have to breathe in and breathe out, otherwise you will lose on the middle. Breathing technique. If you are out of breath, it shows your low endurance. If you don't breathe accordingly, you will lose the fight. Mind over body control. We all know that. We can do it. See, all morning, noon and night. That is the same thing. Flexibility. Now, in our daily life, whenever we fall down, we just fall down. Breaking our wrist joint, elbow joint, neck joint. In our training, we get to learn a special technique. We call it ukemi. In this, again, with your core muscles and also breathing, the way we fall down. Initially when I joined, I thought, how can I fall down while breathing in a particular manner? But when you keep on training, it comes naturally. Now, even if I'm falling down at home, I fall down in that particular manner. How it protects? First of all, no full contact of your back. It is in semicircular motion. Your neck, it is not touching the neck. And when you exhale, you get more power to stand back. That is bouncing back. Again, flexibility, what this does? You see this picture. These are some hand exercises. If you are not flexible, what happens when we get into fight, let's say street fight, and unfortunately, if I can grab his wrist, then that person is in trouble. Because I know that person does not have a flexible wrist. So the way it will be moved, so very high chances of breaking the wrist joint. On the contrary, what we are being trained, because we will be into those engagement, so we tend to make ourselves more flexible and more so that we can get into the flow. Strength. As I just said, if I'm a bodybuilder doing it with the wrong technique, I'm gone. If I'm weak doing it right technique, even then I cannot, because yes, we do need strength. But again, strength does not mean that we have to be a bodybuilder. It has to come from the right muscle and from the right way and at the right time. Ki is the key. Now, ki is a spiritual power. It is, you can see, electromagnetic power. It is chakras. For our understanding, ki is a power in a spiral way. It keeps on moving in your abdomen area. And when we go into engagement with due course, we get the ability to transfer our ki from one person to other. You might have seen so many videos, the person is doing this ball burning the newspaper. Most of them are fake. It doesn't work like that. That it will just burn a paper. It's fake. But yes, ki does exist. Like, for example, those who are engaged in yoga, they know their aura. What is aura? Aura is your electromagnetic power, which goes up till 14 meter and either attracts or repel. Ki is the same thing. You just generate your inner power, and when you're executing the technique, it can manage the opponent. Speed. Surgeons are here. We know in trauma how much speed counts. But if we get into speed from the very beginning, it is trouble. We cannot manage our own speed. So with the pace of time, we keep on doing slowly. But again, it comes naturally. The way you move, the way you twist, you just do it. It becomes your instinct. You can see the picture with the speed there falling down. Now, how it goes in our daily life. Part of self-development, our character building. We have to restrict to our own made, our either society or our religious laid down principle. That is the main option of character building. It is a pathway. Interconnectivity of mind, body, and soul. Your mind is fatigued, your body is fatigued. Your body is toxic, your mind cannot work. How it happens in physically, increased balance. When we do this exercise on foot, for ankle, for thigh, good for balancing. Coordinated movement. When I'll show you some video, you'll find that how you have to perform all these techniques one by one and correct time and correctly. Develop postures. Unfortunately, all of us have problem of sitting in a very bad manner. But it is very difficult. Even in our classes, it is very difficult us to sit. You see, Dr. Han is changing the posture. So, yeah, and we don't realize that in due course it becomes very big problem. Seize the moment. You should know when we should come back, when we should strike back. Relaxation of muscle and detoxification. I just showed you some breathing exercises. If you're anxious, if you're depressed, you cannot perform. You don't know when to hit, where to hit, when to complete your task, when not to complete your task. Mental, self-awareness, knowing your own self, oneness, avoid and resolve conflict situation. We are so much into everyday life war, achieving our objectives, that we don't even like the sound of birds. We keep on fighting. So that is the same thing. You have to avoid conflict. Control expression of feeling. Someone is fighting with you, immediately we abuse that person back. We get engaged with that person. We have to control our feelings. Increase capacity of learning process. We have meditations. We have breathing exercises, which also leads your cognitive levels. You can start learning, you can start memorizing things. One of the very funny exercise you might find, just clapping. If you keep on clapping 15-20 times a day, it will stimulate your nerve endings, which is beneficial for your brain. This one very small exercises. Manifesting motor output. Now again the same mind-body thing. Mind should know that when body has to act, and body has to know what and when, what trigger we should give to our mind. Harmony. Go to the flow with nature. Remain aware of surrounding and realities. We know that we are destroying our nature. We know that people are anxious. The person in front of me is anxious. I know that person might be carrying a gun. So you have to harmonize. If I am in conflict with someone, for example, let's talk about psychiatry. If a patient comes to me and says, actually this morning at 8 a.m. there was no sun. just a reaction, I would say, are you mad? 8 a.m. is sun. That is not harmony. I have to accept his feeling, whatever he is saying, then harmonize and bring him out that condition. Managing stress. Again, if we have key can be used badly, key can be used in a good way. So if we are controlling our anger, our emotions, that is a productive way. Don't react, respond. Meaning we should not get into giving immediate reactions. If you heard that someone said something about me, do not react. That might be a rumor. Someone is in between to make you two people fight. That's what in the next slide, like, don't give a knee-jerk reaction. You have to assess the situation. Same way when we do in our practice, in our Aikido training. It is not that we just throw away people. Yes, we can do that. And on the street, you might be doing that. But again, if we keep on absorbing our training, you can see that how you can change your own life. This Mira, our team, Davis is here, Sensei is here. So in the end, I would like to show just few minutes video so you'll get an idea what we do. This Sensei is here, he just showed me that he gave a presentation in St. Petersburg, representing Malaysia. All our lives we have been studying anatomy, but just few twists, pronation, supination, and you can control a person. He cannot run away at all. Yes. You see this circular movement. This is yin and yang theory, that you blend in and move around. No full body contact, just merely wrist and hands. Actually, this position is called mother of all locks. In all the movements, moving around, not going in a linear movement. You just avoid the attack. This is how we are developing here. I hope he doesn't do it at home, right? This is, you can see how they are teaching in Malaysia. This is in KL.
Yeah. Refill.
Retreat. Now you see, if you're fighting with a big person, it is not necessarily you have to be very powerful. Just an angular twist and you're out of the engagement. I would like to stop this video here and share a real video, and you can see that how you can control a big person. Oops, I don't have it. But what happened that even in Reagan, he went to Japan and tried to meet a person. David, if you have that video.
Yeah, sure.
So he tried to see whether really a person can hit 4 or 5 people in one go. And this is
It doesn't seem real, so people suspect it isn't. In '62, United States Senator Robert F. Kennedy visited the Aikido dojo during a trip to Japan.
just see how thin and lean they are.
Sessions over a diminutive Aikido man throwing big students around left and right. Out of the blue, he told his bodyguard to take the challenge. The bodyguard tried to hold the man down with all of his might, but things didn't go as he
He's
expected.
a Secret Service bodyguard for President of the United States.
Later, the big guy tried to soften the blow of his pride, claiming he'd missed breakfast that day.
Thank you very much. In the end, with the permission of Chairperson, I would like to invite my Sensei that how we are developing this rock cap. Sensei Suzalie Mohamad.
I think my voice is loud enough. First of all, thank you very much to Mohamad for allowing me to share some knowledge and information, and also initiated by Dr. Sharjee, also one of my very dedicated students. Actually, I'm also a faculty member, but I'm teaching at the faculty of Humanities, Art and Heritage. I'm teaching international law and human rights under the Department of International Relations. And Aikido is part of my what kind of exercises lah. Because most of our lecture we have been we're sitting in front of the computer 8 to 5, and then at home also at night, sleep in front of the computer, sitting every time. Okay. So if you are not careful about it, you're going to get hemorrhage. So Aikido is part of my exercises. Before I entered university, I compete in boxing. It's very hard, competitions. But my father said, you entered university, so stop boxing because it hit your head. So I entered International Islamic University. There I found this martial arts introduced by one of the Japanese Muslim by the name of Jun Yamada, also known also as Sharjee Yamada. He's now in 78, still teaching Aikido in Kuala Lumpur. From that moment, about 20 years, yeah, still practicing Aikido. And I find it good, for blood circulations, and also, when Dr. Sharjee trained Aikido, I told him, for the first week you entered Aikido, training Aikido, remember when you go home you cannot sleep because metabolism is very high and you cannot sleep, because you're very active, mind and spirit, and also physical your body. So it's still like that until it becomes routine, nature to you. So I joined university recently, 2011. I was in Kuala Lumpur working with the Prime Minister's office, and then there's a post here, so I transferred. Okay, and then when I was in KL, I have several daughters in Kuala Lumpur, Monday to Sunday training. After office, I go stop by in KLCC, Bangi, and then Sultan Brunei punya somewhere in Jalan Ampang. So I train just to make me move. It's a kind of if I don't do that, I won't move. So I just push myself move like that. So I joined here 2011, and then we established 2015. 2015, Aikido has been officially established here under the register office, head of the chancellery office. Yeah, nobody knew. I don't know.
Information doesn't flow.
Yes, it was trained here in 2004. From the beginning of 2004, my teacher, Sensei taught Aikido here, and then he know that I'm joining in the university, so he said, "You take over and make it formal." So I make it established formally 2015, and then in that year we organized international seminar. We invited one of the International Aikido Federation's Secretary General, Professor Emeritus Dr. Peter Gosbury. He's a British but been living in Japan for more than 40 years teaching English. He's a professor of English in Hiroshima University, but he did Aikido. He's now 82, still practicing Aikido and still can roll. If you throw him, he can just roll. I don't think my father will be able to do rolling at that age. But because of they train continuously, it becomes nature to you. Because you are able to adapt to the impact that you're going to receive. So that is one part. So Aikido in UMS, it trains every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 5:15 until 6:30 every day. So you are most welcome for ladies and also for men to come just to like Dr. Sharjee said, breathing, breathing, and also your physical conditioning. Not really into combat, okay? Because you are not that. Because I think nowadays, if you get to combat, the best way is gun. You have just shoot. So, but preventive is much more better. If you know that there is an instinct in you. If you develop this kind of martial art, there's instinct in you. You can control anger of a person, okay, by just looking at the eyes. That means that there is a contact. So if you are, fire with fire, then it becomes bigger. So if you challenge him with anger, you will not end anything. So it must give and take. So I didn't teach that because it is talking about harmony. Okay, it's harmony. In Japanese, the name for Aikido itself explains. I mean harmony. Ki is the energy, and do is the way or methods. So methods to harmonize ki here we're not talking about lifting a pan, lifting a weight, but is the energy inside you which move you. What is it? People going to moon not because of strength, it's because of mind. Mind tell us to move everywhere we want to go. But if you don't use mind, you have no directions. Okay? You just use physics and then no directions. But mind and body, it makes sense. So in Aikido, I'm diverting your mind. Your mind which divert your actions. Okay? So please come here, please here. I show you what does it mean by this strength.
Use your mind.
Okay? Strength. So he's grabbing my hand, for example. His partner. Okay, this one. No. Okay, I'm using my strength. Please don't follow me. Okay? You just don't follow. You just strong as you can. Strength, hold. So I'm using my strength. I'm pulling him. You're not strong enough. Okay? I'm using my strength. So there's a force. Right? This is not Aikido. Okay? Other martial art is this. Arts. Yes. Okay, good. So I'm using my ki now. I blend with him. Okay? Now I can move him whenever I want. Okay? Right?
That is the beauty of it.
Yes, that is beauty. That's why you do not think. If I use strength, I cannot. This is strength, but if I blend, this is harmonized. Okay, I can bring him down. Yeah, as tall as he's holding me. Then if he's holding me, that means he is attacking me. That means in Aikido, okay? That means in Aikido, as far as you don't touch, that means we are safe. That means you are safe, he is safe. Okay? That means that's good, peace. Just argument, okay? We argue. What is it? Can be settled. Everything can be settled through negotiation. You don't have to touch or raise your voice in order to prove your, we can negotiate. But when you touch, right, then you have the defense. But defending here is not like other martial arts. Because generally the comparison between martial arts, East and West, we value East very much because it's very unique and very subtle and very philosophically, the essence is that. Unlike the West, everything brutal. Wrestling, boxing, be it Aikido, Judo, Aikido, it gets transferred to the West, it become Aikijutsu, competitions, everything aggressive. But in the East, from India, China, the essence is character building, as Dr. Sharjee mentioned. That's why you see the monk, when they move in the jungle, they bring what? Bells. Clang, 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 clang. What is the purpose? Because they don't want to step on insects, whatever it is. Because they value life. You see? In the West, I'm so sorry, because when you can see through history, when they came to the land, the new land, this land belongs to they just declare like that. So in the East, these martial arts from the East value the essence of life. We're talking about harmony just now, right? The harmony. So it's blending, yeah? It's harmony. So this is manipulating. So there is also technique talk. Dia lama the training. He escaped from class many times. So this is a small torture. So this is lock. I don't know, from medical perspective, this is fulcrum, balance.
Yeah.
So this is, no, we don't insist force, but when you try to stand up, you inflate your joint. So for women, it's all, you just remain like this, correct angle, you can't stand. This is correct, hold strongly, your husband, okay? Correct angle, he stand up, we can't stand up. So this is the locking point. Or this one, if you want to hold it like this, if you're holding it, you want to punch, you push pressure. Right? So, right, remember. So this is all locking, everything is manipulation of joint. Right? So normally when somebody wants to resist, he's going where? Towards you. Come towards me, run away. You see? He is against the force. You remain here, but somebody is going to attack you, resist. He's not going to do that. He is, without thinking, coming because his spirit, his mind is very angry. He forget his hand. What happened? He become twisted. Dislocate. Enough. So this is okay. There are also technique for you're throwing. Right? You are throwing. For example, he is hitting my head. Right? So yeah. Here. So I'm throwing him. Palm. If he can follow, safe. He's going to fall. But he doesn't follow. This one. Right? You just hit this one. Or this one. Also very. Right? Everything. So this. Okay? Okay. So that is a little bit of techniques. It's a merging. So you don't have to use strength in order to do Aikido. If you're still emphasizing on strength, that means you're not learning Aikido. That is not the objective. Okay? At the beginning, I was learning very hard. You know, because recently we went to Japan. I brought some of for stuff. We attended the International Aikido Congress in Japan for 10 days. So they were surprised. The head of Sensei, Darwis, he is the first dan, Shodan, black belt, Shodan and Aikido. Idrus, treasurer. So they went there, trained, and they were surprised because seeing the Japanese, very old, 80 years old, 19 years old, still training and can knee. If I ask our friends, 30 years old, even 25 years, 29, kneeling cannot. Problems. But the Japanese, wow, amazing. 70 years old, they practice it. So because of they value this, their martial arts. Martial arts not for combating, but for self-development, for continuity of health. So flexibility. So our approach is what I thought. I was very lucky actually because of Suzalie a medical background. So he advised us in terms of the technicality of the techniques in our training. He can explain better than me the benefits of Aikido from the medical perspective, which I somehow read through books. It works. Okay. And one more important is falling just now. Great flexibility because if you grab like that, right, it helps. So when you fall, how many times you clap? Actually, you hit your palms on the floor. And then when you fall, you are going to, you resist. I think 1 hour, about 50 times falling, right? And then you, nothing, still 1 hour, the aerobic ability, no problem. You can, just breathing is normal and then fall and then start up. The endurance is there. What is it? It's actually, it actually helps you to absorb impact. When you fall, whatever fall, the training is besides making your condition to the nature of falling, but also to help you to receive impact. When you fall, what is it? You must learn how to absorb impact. If you're not, the flow will hit you. But when you throw, of course, people say, "We saw that throw." He still can stand up again. Why? Because he can absorb. So the philosophy behind this, if let's take ourselves, if we fall, and then we injured ourselves, that means we are not able to absorb the impact. If you are not able to absorb impact, self-inflicted impact that you fall, how are you going to accept, absorb impact, real attacks? Impossible. Because yourself you cannot manage. Yet you want to fight with others, right? So this is not it will end like bulls fighting each other. So in Aikido is like that. It's teaching you how to absorb. Absorption is very important. Absorption of your ki. If you have good ki, it will benefit me. You bring class, you train to get Aikido today, many trainees, some kind of ki, happiness, you train, that ki transferred to you. So the transfer of ki, right? Positive attitude, friend, today good positive, bring into class, you transfer ki, you get the positive ki. So that condition we create in Aikido. It's not about martial arts. It can be martial art, very devastating martial art, because it is dislocating your joints and fractures. And particularly when we throw, if you see judo, right? Judo competition, I think if you fight with judo, if you don't have basic of falling, you cannot stand up. One throw, finish. He just take you up and then fall, finish. Okay, good. But if you have basic background conditioning, it's still second time, third time, you can. So Aikido is between judo and Tai Chi. Tai Chi is very soft. You imagine pulling, right? And then until you sweat. The imagination is very high. Judo is very extreme. So Aikido, Morihei Yeshiva, developed is very middle. Okay? So middle. Always absorb. Walk in harmony. So this a little bit about Aikido. And we are very lucky because this in Sabah, this is the only university that we have Aikido. In Peninsula, University Malaya, we have. And UIA, International Islamic University, 2 universities in Malaysia. Because not many instructors of Aikido in Malaysia. So we hope it will grow here, and then we can, benefits in terms of health, for our personal health actually. Yeah. So that is a little bit what I can share.
Question is time.
Karate.
Any questions?
Karate do. Do is way, Japanese way. Karate is hand. You can just take emphasis on strength. It's karate. Okay? It can hit. Okay? But not for the beginners. But if you train more than even rice, bowl of rice, you press like that. Continuously for 3 months. Look at it, the impact when you push somebody.
It's a free hand. Unweak.
Yes, no weapon. Yes.
Just use your hand.
If you just practice like this, discipline, 30 days, and see the impact.
Okay.
Just to
control your emotion. One practice. Keep your eye open and keep splashing on your face. Don't let your eyes close. Just do it for 5 minutes. Then you'll see how your mind will be controlling in a distress situation. Because if I hit someone, like that, I have control. I will not go. That's where I will just move.
And then, Taekwondo is leg, leg movement, very good thing. Okay. Yes.
Most of them are
Okay. Karate.
Any questions?
Problem, can we enjoy?
Yes, no problem. My experience when I was teaching in Bangi, I opened a private school, still operating in Bangi, near UK. Many, because in Kuala Lumpur, they need to release tensions, working in office, traffic jam. So before jam, they join. What they need actually is punching bag. Just punching bag, so to release. And many of the students 40 above, many of high blood. One of my students, actually named he got high blood pressure. He told me I cannot do this because high blood pressure. And then 2 months after training continuously, I throw him and then stand up, I guide him. Low pressure become down, and then less dependency on medication. Less improvement. And then that's true. I don't know how it works, but why? I don't know. He becomes addicted to Aikido. Breathing. Yeah, your pranayama, your and then one more. This Chinese man, family man, he got son having this sinus problem. So joined my class 6 months after that. More than 6 months after sinus become less. Maybe because of the breathing.
So can you put something in there, please? Next week, all of us doing the kind of. Can I borrow and make this?
Can I borrow your bag? So this one, grabbing your hijab, or baju. So finger, look at this. This is very painful if you press this one. Right? It's a mere pressing. You just press this one. In your heart, somebody grabs. You don't have to. Just press this one. That is it, very simple. When somebody grabs you, look at the finger.
People grab from behind.
This one. Yes. Or before they touch you, take the finger. Just one. If you can't get one, just one enough. Take it down. So if you look at this, he tried to stand up. He's a so
With exception, you know?
yes, it
With
is
exception.
exception.
Some people have flexibility.
Yes.
So you can, if you make this one and going, they still can.
Yes, that's right.
Now, we are talking about
Maybe flexibility enough, but how much it can go? I don't know.
All the way.
I never found finger can move this. Okay, so that is me. So in this case, you walk on the street, don't put it on your right street, right? On your left. But many women more expensive because motorcycle or on the street, right? On the left. So on the crowd, no problem, left, right. But when somebody with bikes on the street, not here. Okay? So here. So this one, bila dia tak daripada belakangnya, you want to take down, kan? So if you kalau dia tarik belakang, you pull from behind, you just follow, right? You just follow, you know. But normally, when somebody running and then opposite direction, so move kan ke depan. So right, it's just matter. So something moving, move. Something moving. Just rest. No sensitivity, you just run. Okay. Actually, you can just raise your hand. Okay. But of course, it needs sensitivity, awareness. So when you move, yeah, and then the environment, because when you train Aikido, you create a kind of aura.
If you go down,
Reflection coming there. The distance. One more, yang the distance. Very important of course. The distance. If you're too close, it's dangerous. There's no more respect towards you. It must distance one hand. When we discuss, if it's too close, it's too dangerous. Then it goes. But our distance is your hand. So, of course, you don't show distance. Don't get into my hand. No. It automatically when. So that means when he comes to attack, he comes. He will not reach me because my distance is always allowing me to distance yourself. This creates awareness. So that's why we teach this one. It's always listen. So when somebody comes to you, come first. The hand come first. You don't have to punch, but he's also injured. Kalau kena mata, kan? His eyes also dangerous. So sensitivity, okay, awareness.
Spectacle, or you have showmanship like this. We are talking about getting into the attacks. When you are attacking like that, you're attacking. Means I don't have time, right? Or if you do again, and my reflexes are trained to that, what I can do, just here, cannot move, or I can switch like this, and again come. It is your reflexes that you go into the harmony, yin and yang. You just go into the movement.
go and die. Kenapa nak melawan? Lawan berbalik.
No, that's yeah. Yes, I would request for Suzalie to get to bring on behalf of Aikido Club. That is for you. Very successful, man.
Thank you. For Sharjee. Let's give a big clap to these two.
Thank you. Please, right now you can come.